What's up, internet? How y'all doing today? So, a couple of things I wanted to get to before I start the show. How you doing? I'm Aries Van Dam. Hope you had a good day yesterday. I was off. I had a doctor's appointment, and I won't get into that. Too gory. Too gory. Can't get into it. But I did want to talk to y'all. Sorry about the late start today. I've been dealing with text yet, and I needed to explain to y'all a little bit about why the channel is like this. I'm going to get to a little bit better content coming up. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time just watching the content and diving into it. I'm trying to get on OBS and learn a different system so that the videos will look a lot better. I'm just not happy with StreamYard, so I'm looking into OBS. I'm trying to learn it, and I'm also learning editing, and I'm a boomer, and I've always worked like blue-collar jobs. This is my first job working with my mouth. I've never done this. So I'm learning from scratch. I got hit by a train. I can't do those jobs anymore, so now I do this. And so it's going to take me a little while, so bear with me, but I'm learning as I go, and I'm trying to make the channel better with everything I do. So what was it? But that's it for the messages. Let's get into it. Today I'm doing one on bangs again. This is another subsequent debate. She just keeps coming back, and she brought one of her awful friends with her for some backup, some moral support, I guess. I don't know, but Andrew really tears through her pretty good. This one you also get some bonus Kiko, because Rage Quit Kiko is also on the show, and she gets into it with Andrew, of course. So enjoy. There's some feminism in this one. So here we go.
Tough 1 to 10 question. Do you guys think you will look better? You look better now, or will you look better in 10 years? Going around the table, starting with Kiko. Go ahead.
I think in 10 years I'm going to look better. I do.
Okay.
This is something that I really struggle with, actually. I am scared of getting old, to be honest.
Scared of getting old?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think I'd look better now.
Okay.
I probably think I look better now, but I hope I take care of myself in a way that's like not that different.
I look better now than I will in 10 years.
I think I look better now, but
10 years.
You'll look better in 10 years?
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
So you'll look better at 33 than currently?
so.
Wait, Kiko, did you answer look better in 10 years,
In
correct?
10 years I'll look better.
What about you?
I'll probably look better
Wait,
now.
into the mic, please.
I'll probably
please.
look better now than.
What about you?
I just wanted to, comment on what you said. I think a lot of girls in this generation are afraid to get old, like visually, just because of Instagram and everything that you see, especially in LA and California, where you put Botox into your smile lines. I personally really embrace like getting those smile lines and wrinkles because honestly, my life almost ended short, and I think those wrinkles and those smile lines are a victory, and they're like a sign of you lived this long, you made it this
Yeah.
far, and maybe like generations after you, you've affected people in the most positive way. But me personally, I think I will look better in 10 years because I will have matured and I will be smiling more. I probably will be,
This is the delusion that lives in every woman's head. They keep thinking they're aging like men, and they don't. They don't. Men are not attracted to older women because they look older and fatter, and they've got more stupid shit in their head. So you need to jump on it while you're young. You're not going to be young forever.
totally mentally and emotionally mature, or at least stable. So that's, I do think I will, and that will come from the inside out. So it'll shine from the inside out. So
Yeah.
I think I will look better in 10 years.
So you're,
than-
how old are you? You're 23?
21.
Oh, 21, sorry. My things are all fucked up because they left, so I'm trying, it's
21
like,
since July.
23 now.
so you'll be better looking at 31 than at 21, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Priya, what
She is Asian. She's got a chance, but not a good one.
about you?
I'm sure I look better now than I will in 10 years.
Madison, what about you? Now or?
Honestly, I feel like I might look better in 10 years. I feel like with Asian women.
Stop the cap.
No,
She's Asian too, so yeah, maybe, but not that.
Asian women look a lot
not
better.
better.
than men.
But
Where
good
I
still.
think right now I look really young. Like I still have a baby face a little bit.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
as I
you
go-
do, but
She looks like the sex doll I want to order.
that's a
that.
good
She'll be
thing.
29.
That's a good thing. That's a
10
good
years.
thing.
Okay, so we're gonna go around the table once more. So,
Black don't cry.
will you look better in 20 years than you do now? Kiko.
Yeah, I think I still will.
Of course she does.
Same answer as before.
Yeah, hardly the same answer as before.
This question is
Bangs literally looks worse than she did 3 months ago. Go look at the last video, then look at this one. She's gained like 20 pounds. So do you think in 10 years she's going to look better? Or do you think if every 6 months she gains 10 pounds, it's going to be huge, right? That's not attractive. So yeah, she's not got a chance of looking better because she's going in the wrong direction already.
mostly directed at the people that said, yes, you'll look better in 10 years. I think who
It's like they think they're a fine car or something. If you don't touch it, it gets better. Like it's that's not how it works. You're not wine. You're a woman. The opposite of wine. You age like, I want to say milk, but everybody says that, like cheese. Like, because you get mold quick.
I think I would look better in another 20 years too.
wait, so you're sorry, remind me your age again.
23.
23. So you'll look better at 43 than you do now at 23.
Yeah, I do think so. Because I feel like I'll
Kiko,
grow
what was
into
your answer on
myself
this? Was it yes?
I'll look better at
Okay.
43.
No? What about you? 40,
my
41
mom,
versus 21.
my mom is still so gorgeous. She's
This is looks, by the way,
yeah,
guys.
she's
Yeah.
40 something ish. My
Please, 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 please,
Oh, my
please.
grandma is in her 60s, but she still looks so young, and so I really think I will
I'm sure her 60-year-old grandma looks like a 20-year-old. I'll bet she could go and be on the runways at 60.
continue to slay the day away.
Oh, yeah.
Just because Nana gives you cookies doesn't mean she's beautiful.
Oh.
What in the name of delusion is
Wait,
going
wait,
on
wait, wait,
here?
wait, 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 wait. Go ahead. Did you,
No, I said I look better now.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely not in 20 years. Maybe I'll look better
Oh,
in 20 years than 20. But
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So wait, sorry. You, Kiko, you, and you both said you'll be better looking in 20 years, correct? Here, let's go again. 30 years.
Oh,
Maybe now.
Oh,
Maybe
finally.
now.
Finally.
That might be the limit.
What about for you?
Right. It could be the limit, but
That might be the limit.
We found the limit to their delusions.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna look young for a while because my skin, you know. So I feel like I'll grow into it.
Pause
I
it.
think physically.
Dude, that is a beautiful point. It makes a lot more sense. But yeah, they're so delicate and they're so fragile that you have to pretend like they're going to be beautiful, or they'll just get upset and cry and it'll ruin their day. Oh my God.
I would probably look better at this age than in 30 years.
My mom's only 45, so I haven't got a chance to look that far yet.
Right?
My mom looks exactly the same since she was 18.
Yeah.
So.
My parents are beautiful, but
Half black. Black don't really crack, baby. So I know I'm half
I
white.
gotta send the asteroid on this one.
I do.
I've got to say, I am doing online dating and black definitely does crack. It cracks because it gets so fat, it just starts breaking up. Black chicks get fat when they get old.
Beautiful, madame.
And in 10 years, I'm going to have more money to spend more on my skincare and my hair care and all that.
Your skincare,
Yeah.
but just being young is like naturally good. For
I
your
know, but
skin.
Not for
definitely, but I'm
Yes, I'll look better when I get old because I'll have to take care of my skin and I'll have to be a magician. That means I'll be prettier. No, that's just magic.
You start.
Not for
Okay, you
everybody.
know, but
in 10
you
years,
wrinkle.
like I feel like I will look better because one, I feel like I'm maturing nicely. I'm only 1 year into my fitness routine right now.
She's going to school to learn how to be a makeup artist, probably. That's the only way she's going to look better. And that's not fucking real. That's a painting.
So if I'm 10 years into my fitness routine, who knows what my body is going to look like by then? Kids or not. And two, it's like I'm saying, yeah, I'll have the actual money to
Here,
get my hair done.
I'll just say
and
this for
get
those of
into my-
you.
I
I'll
don't
let
pay
you.
anything
I'll let
to look like
I'll let
this
you
right
go in
now.
just a sec. For those of
Because it's totally
wait,
delusional.
hold on just one
That's
second.
fine.
For those of you who said, even if you just said you'll look better in 10 years, although it seemed like all of you fucking doubled and tripled down on this one. Wait, Madison, did you answer the 30-year one?
She said no. All right.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give it to you straight. You are not gonna look better in 10 years. You're not gonna look better in 20
I'm gonna
years.
look sexy as
You're
hell
not
in
gonna
10
look better in
years.
30.
Right.
I'm not
Y'all not going to look better in 6 months.
saying.
sexier
I'm
than I
not
do now.
saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying too.
I'm not saying that you guys may very well still be very
I didn't
attractive.
know you were a fortune teller.
No, it's not.
The
It's
oracle.
just the reality.
Yeah.
It's just
Can
the
I tell you
reality.
It's not a reality
But-
for everybody.
but you guys-
everybody.
You guys are just wrong.
Like
That's the only
Alexia,
way.
This is the saddest part to me, that these women are so delicate and they just can't think poorly of themselves, like even physical stuff. Like I don't want to think poorly of myself for like how I behave or my general behavior and the way I act. But I don't like I can't help the way I'm getting old. Like I'm trying to go to 4K and I'm realizing, yeah, I used to think I was a 7. And I started looking into 4K and oh fuck, I'm a 5. I'm a 5. You don't need to see me that close. But women, they just can't admit any flaws. They're just not capable.
Alexia Demi or whatever her name is, that one who acts as Maddie in Euphoria. She's like 33. She looks great.
Go ahead, and then Andrew wanted to say something, so go ahead.
So I follow this lady on TikTok, and she is like, she's shown pictures of her in college and her now. 100% she looks way better now with like kids and a family than she did when she was in college, because she worked out so much, and like I don't think she did anything to her face, but like she just aged so gracefully and she looks.
That is so fucking rare. Most women do not meet a man and then say, yeah, I'm going to get in shape now. That is the opposite of how 99% of women in the world think. They just think, I got a man now. I can let myself go a little bit. Every woman gains like 20 pounds as soon as they settle down. So this one outlier that she knows, like this, that no one can substantiate or even prove. It's also her opinion. Like, yeah, I think she's prettier because she looks happy with her husband. What does that mean? In a debate, what does that mean?
So good.
Well, that comes with taking care of yourself. Of course, like at any age, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating right, you're not clean, like of course you're not going to look good no matter what age you are if you just simply do not take care of yourself.
Genetics.
Yeah, no, of course.
My mom could smoke a pack within 3 days. Doesn't do anything good for her health. Just drinks 8 shots of espresso every day, and
I'll even say this as a
Sounds really healthy. I'm sure doing that over long term is just going to make you gorgeous.
Guy, and I think, and Andrew, I'll have you come in here just a sec. And I do think there's certainly some differences between men and women. Me personally, I would trade all my success, all my money to be back, and I feel like this isn't fair, but to be back in my 18-year-old body. I would give fucking everything. Granted, I feel like it's not totally fair because it's not even a looks thing, because I've got like injuries, my back's all fucked up, I got like chronic pain issues, so I feel like I don't know if that's a strong argument.
I was an 8 or 9 in high school, so I would go back in a heartbeat, but only if I go back to that exact time. Like I wouldn't want to go back now and have to spend another 50 years watching us become what we're becoming. No thanks.
But I would argue that I was even better looking when I was better looking when I was younger. I was better looking 10 years ago.
Asian don't raisin. 2.
Sure.
You are more beautiful every day to the person who adores you. 3. Andrew, do you tell your wife she looks less attractive with every year?
Yes, he does. Because you should.
Let's go.
That's your name.
The radio.
Here we go.
Radiologist got your ass.
I know.
That's my bed.
I will just really quick.
Damn, he's loaded.
It does occur to me that Asian women age very well. They tend to age better than
Like fine.
also
Much better.
black women, black men age well. For some reason, us white folk,
No, black men age well. Black women do not.
we look tough. We start looking rugged.
But again, that is all like behavioral. I'm not saying genetically they look bad. I'm just saying they let themselves go because they stop trying to look good. They just give up.
Speak for your own family. I got one good looking ass family.
Yeah, I'd say my grandma still looks 50. My mom.
What are you gonna say?
Let's assume for a second that I lied to my wife every single day and told her delusional things like, oh, you look better now than you did when you were 20.
You're awful.
You have sexy crow's feet. Shit like that. That's stupid. Why would you do that?
Obviously not true, but let's just assume for a second I lied to her every day. It wouldn't actually change the objective reality of what is. To say that you guys are going to look better in 10 or 20 years than you do now, this is the Pearl Davis effect. It's women who are in this type of mindset, who I see thousands of them, giving screenshots to Pearl Davis of them taking selfies of themselves in their 40s, which is pathetic, to say, look at me, I'm still hot, makeup, gallons of it, the whole 9 yards. And then you ask them a simple question. Show us what you looked like 20 years ago. They don't post those pictures. They don't post those. They only post the pictures of them now. Because if there's a comparison contrast, what do you think it's going to look like? Do you honestly believe that for the vast, vast, overwhelming majority of women, I'm talking 90%, That they actually look better the older that they get?
Yes.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what's older it is, but yes.
You're so
10 years, 10
You're
years.
so sassy.
I think most
I'm not even saying that they can't look better. You could easily look better over a 10-year period if you have motivation. Like if you look at me now versus 10 years ago, I look much, much better because I got in shape. I started trying to date again and I wanted to look healthy. Like I know if I'm going to try and date, I got to look big. I got to look muscular. I know what women like. Women don't care what men like. They only care what they like. And they like eating. They like eating a lot. So they really don't give a shit that men don't think fat girls are attractive. They're just going to keep gaining weight and keep trying to convince you it's good looking.
30-year-old woman look
anyone
better.
sassier.
You can tell they're grown.
I just think what you're saying,
attacked me so many
to
times.
answer your question, I do think that most women who are about 30 look better than 20-year-olds. Yes, I think they look more in tune with themselves. They know how to dress for their body and do their makeup and style themselves for their body. 30 is not decrepit. I don't, maybe because you looked like fucking milk at 30. I don't know. But
I'm
like
30, so
That is nothing. I feel like the Crips creeper right now. My God.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Give me an actress.
You could put a 20-year-old in a homeless lady's clothes. Just take the most unlike fashionable clothes you can find and put them on a 20-year-old. She's still prettier than the average 30-year-old, easily, unless they have other issues.
Kiko,
I was
who you
gonna
think
say.
looked better at 45 than she did
Men don't even notice clothes most of the time. We notice what's inside the clothes.
at 25?
Andrew.
Even like you can say, oh, you might have preferred her when she was younger, but Sophia Viagra, I think she's aged gracefully.
No,
I
she
think
was
looks
way
better now.
better looking
She
at
looks almost
25
exactly
than
the same.
40.
She looks literally the same. So like you're just arguing to
No,
argue.
she literally doesn't look
And
the same.
two, Alexa
Yes, with makeup and filters, now she looks the same. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that doesn't make you prettier. Filters and makeup don't make you prettier. It just hides how ugly you are.
I mean, she looked like a child, a complete like newborn at 18. Now she looks not even like a grown woman. She still looks pretty young.
She's
That's
playing a
not even
teenager.
yeah. Like,
They still look. You're making the same mistake that they make on Pearl Davis's Twitter. This is the same exact type of code that I see
Your
there
mistake
every
is
single day.
referencing Pearl
It works
Davis.
like this. When you look at these women when they're in their mid-20s, they're way better looking than when they're in their mid-40s.
you can't tell him anything.
I'm white and don't age well, lol, but beautiful is in the eye of the beholder. Don't be shallow.
It's your boyfriend.
Okay.
He's so
I feel like you
sweet.
can
I love-
age as
he's
a
so
woman and
sweet.
still be beautiful when you're older, but you might
is
not
so
look
sweet.
as good as you did in your prime ages.
This whole
That's
debate
true.
is going down
Andrew.
to if your preference is 18, 19, 20-year-old woman, then yeah, you might think that way. But I don't think that the majority of women just turn to shit once they're 30 years old, or all women look
No,
better
I
at
don't
20.
think so either.
But I
don't you
also don't
realize
think
that
that they
you're
look
building
better
a
when they were
straw
20
man to
than they do at
argue with?
30.
Andrew.
Nobody's claiming that women who are in their 40s can't be beautiful women.
That's not what I
We're just
said.
claiming that the overwhelming majority of them are still going to be way more beautiful when they're 25 versus 45. Not only is a reasonable take, but it's objective reality everywhere that I look.
Look how that hurts their feelings. They look like he just told them they're ugly. And he didn't say that at all. He didn't even say that you're ugly. He just said you're going to be less pretty when you're older. And look at them. It looks like he just kicked them in the nuts if they had them.
And this is why women are so scared of aging, because it's like they're, I don't know. For me personally, I'm scared of aging because it's like there's so much.
Women are afraid of aging because it's their only commodity. What else do they bring? Like if you meet a girl out on online dating, say you meet a girl, y'all start talking, and she comes to live with you. What does she bring? She still thinks all her money is hers, so it doesn't even matter how much money she makes. All the conversation, horseshit. I have never spoken to a woman in like 10 years, 20 years. I haven't spoken to a woman who I was like, man, I would just talk to her even if we weren't fucking. Not once. Not once. Y'all say shit that is so fucking boring. Your personalities are dog shit. Like, you want everything to be curtailed to you, and you're not understanding. I'm the man. You're supposed to curtail to me, right? That's the way the Bible says it, right? So why do you think this way? Because you've been masculinized by feminism.
Stuff in society where it's like, oh, 25, you've hit it.
I think
it's
it's
like
also-
you've hit the wall. You're done. Your value in society has gone down. So I think there's a problem. I know,
True.
but I think there's a I'm not saying I know, but I'm saying there's a problem with that type of thinking, and that's so
No, the problem with the problem is that you think you should have value even though you don't bring anything but looks. So now you don't even think you should bring the looks. Like the whole point of having a woman is, man, I like looking at her. I want to put my dick in her. If you can't even bring that, what the fuck are you doing here?
toxic.
Well, because it makes you feel bad, but it doesn't make it less objectively true. That's the problem. Is like, I think that the opposite is true. I think the problem is when you say we need to dismiss what is objectively true and try to make people kind of lie to everybody to make these untrue statements that, hey, guess what, girl? At 45, you're going to be just as hot as you were at 20. So it's ridiculous.
Okay, well, first of
It's
all,
absolutely
we went
ridiculous.
from 20 to
Who
30
in
to
the world
25 to 45, which is
thinks
two very
this way?
different
We know, we all know, none of us are stupid at this table. You all know that most women look way better when they're 25 than 45.
I check IDs for my job, right? Almost every single day I'm checking hella IDs, and I will tell you, majority of the women who come in at 35 look a lot better than the 21-year-olds I'm checking.
They've already moved her to the bouncer position. She's already aged out of bartender. Now she's the bouncer.
Not the 21-year-old.
First of all, literally, hang on. What you just said, Kiko, makes no sense at all.
It's my experience,
You can see them. Why do you need to look at their ID? That's
I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender. I check IDs. I'm a bartender.
You can check their face because they're in front of you. Why do you need to check their ID?
No, you're missing that point. My point is, since I'm not just looking at people and being.
This is just a misunderstanding here. She doesn't understand what he's even saying. He's not saying you should be able to look at them and tell if they're 21. He's saying just looking at them doesn't tell you what they looked like 20 years ago. We're talking about if they're getting better or worse. She's comparing them to everybody else. Oh, I see a pretty 35-year-old. That means they're getting prettier. She could have been a supermodel when she was 20. That's his point. It's just looking at their ID and saying, oh, I know how old you are. That doesn't mean anything. You don't know what she looked like before.
Being like, oh, she's about 35. Oh, she's about 25. I'm actually checking their ID, see what year they're born, and then get to decide based on their age. And I get to actually know their exact age. And I'm not just trying to guess how old they are.
So?
I can actually see the number on their ID from the year they were born.
So she can tell that she was prettier or uglier when she was younger just by knowing that.
So I know
the ID doesn't show that they look like 10 years earlier. What are you talking about?
in Arizona, but maybe I'm not comparing it to that woman at 21. She looked better at 21 to 31. I'm just saying as a whole, that majority of
I'm sure her hole looks worse too.
women that I see look better when they are about to hit 30 or around 30 than they do at 21. So if as a whole most women look better at 30, then that woman too probably looks better now than she did.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
Kiko, the woman who comes in and gives you her ID, you can see her, right?
Yes, Andrew.
So you don't need to look at her ID to see what she looks like. You can see it, and then you look at the ID and you can say, okay, I know how old this woman is.
It's going over your head, Andrew. It's okay, baby.
Over his head.
It's going over your head.
Over his head. In a discussion about whether women were prettier when they were younger versus now, or in the future if they'll be prettier, she thinks just knowing their age right now tells you if they were prettier when she was younger. And it's going over Andrew's head.
10-year younger self, right?
Yes, you're right, Andrew.
So then I don't even understand the argument, Kiko.
I don't either, Andrew. You're right.
Still thinks she's right.
Do you guys think men look a lot better when they're younger than when they're...
No, men usually age pretty well.
I like me a baby face,
think?
not gonna lie.
I like a rugged.
I like older men.
I like a
always
man who looks
have.
like he's seen something. I'm just kidding. I don't care. I like my boyfriend.
These chicks just love seeing an old bitch who looks good. Like I bet they loved Farrah Fawcett because they just thought, oh God, you could be 56 and still have nice titties. That's not normal. And you're lazy fucks who are getting fatter as I'm watching you. You're not going to lose weight in the next 10 years. You're not going to go on this fucking journey of fucking beauty. You're going to keep eating Cheetos and getting fatter and fucking losers. That's what you're going to do. And it's not going to take it's going to take a bad toll on you. It's not going to be a good thing. It's a bad
like
journey.
the guy like a few years older, but not like very, very old.
Older than your age? Or, wait.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years older, I guess. But I wouldn't be like...
You and my boyfriend are a year apart. So.
I wouldn't be like... I don't know. I also wouldn't date a guy like my age either. Just because I think they're like a little bit too... What are you doing?
What's the word?
I feel like they're
Yeah, you got a lot of options when you look like that. She's just so striking.
a little bit too... I think men naturally are just very immature. So I feel like when they're like at 21, they're mentally like 18 or something. I don't know. Maybe I've just met very immature men that I think
that's
they're
the
like that.
majority.
So I usually tend to go like maybe like 4 to 5 years older. Brian, go away.
Like age even matters. I'm middle-aged and I'm still immature. So what?
Me?
Bojack.
Oh my gosh,
Bojack.
Just
kidding,
I
Lydia.
love
He's
Bojack.
Princess Carol. I love her. She's my favorite.
That show's a trip. Yeah.
What's his name? Stuart?
I've only watched it
Oh,
a
that's
couple
their
times.
baby. That's their baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say.
I think he
Andrew, we can't
muted
hear you.
himself. I think he's talking to his chat.
Oh, okay.
Not even talking.
No, I can hear everything you guys say.
We
Oh
can't
yeah, I was
hear
just saying. I
you.
think he's responding to his chat.
What
Yeah, no, I
Rachel,
wasn't.
what the hell are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
it seems like you guys don't really want to engage with any of the points that I'm making. I mean, you should, because, like in this case,
I think we
Kiko,
do engage, and it goes
you
over
don't
your
you,
head.
you don't
when
actually
saying
think that it's delusional to think that you're going to look better in 20 years than you do right now?
No, I
You think
don't.
that's a
I think it's
delusion?
my personal opinion, and that's how I feel about it.
It is
Delusional.
Maybe you. Maybe that's what you feel, but I
know
looking at
it's
my
true.
mother, my mother looks better now than she did at 18.
Are you gonna
I
get-
have a
are you-
90.
are you gonna get plastic surgery?
98-year-old great grandma, and she still looks like she's 50.
Yeah, it's,
Like, and she's still
Huh?
moving around, going to the casino, playing card games. Like, I have good genes, even being
everybody
white.
ages
So,
differently.
yes,
I look
absolutely
better than I do
believe
now
I'm
than I did at
really
18. I look better than I do now than I did at 20. I look better, so I'm gonna keep going up. Especially in
Yeah,
the 10 years
it's just
one.
denial. You're just in denial.
Absolutely.
But
That's not denial,
we
that's
have
fact
we
to
have somebody coming in on the line.
Now, I know you're not a natural beauty, but I think with the right clothes and the right look, you could be very striking.
Oh wow, I don't know who that was. That was crazy.
Who was that?
I don't know who that was.
No, I mean, who's the voice of that? Like,
Who's the guy from Eastbound and Down? What's his name? I
Oh,
forgot.
Danny
Danny
McBride.
Who was that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and you said
I'm a troll.
that you said when you check the
Yeah.
IDs and they look
Your
better when they're
brows
older, it's
color.
probably
Yeah.
just because they had a hairstyle that looks better to them now, or they changed their
Oh, I
fashion.
got.
But like, still, they look better than they did. That's the thing, though. That's the question. They still look better than they did.
But if they knew how to dress like that when they were younger,
But
they would
didn't.
look better.
But they didn't, so they didn't look good. That's the whole thing, though. Like these 21-year-olds are walking into the club in Converse and a hoodie. All that. That doesn't look good, and that's how they're acting at that age. I bet in 10 years she might know how to dress herself a little bit
Yes, Kiko. A 20-year-old in Converse is just unfuckable. I'm not interested. She's wearing Converses.
better and care a little bit more about what she looks like. And yeah, I mean, if you don't agree, if you think that you're gonna get just wrinkly and raisined up with every year that goes on, then so be it. But I'm in the beginning of my fitness journey. Just in this 1 year, how my body is transformed and looks so much better.
Yeah.
My body's not gonna stop looking good because I'm 30. Like that's not how life works. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I wasn't half black, I wouldn't think the same way I do. But
no one was
But
saying
that,
that.
but
people
that
are
is
gonna
how
look
life
poorly
works.
when
Like
they-
if you have children or you have an accident or you can't get to the gym for a prolonged period of time or things like this, there's all sorts of stressors which happen on the body, and age is something which we all have to deal with whether you like it or not. I mean, in this particular case, Kiko, it doesn't seem absurd to you to think that you're going to look back in 10 years at yourself right now and go, yes, I'm way hotter than that chick.
I think in 10 years, yeah, I'm gonna look at a picture of myself and be like, I'm gonna think I was beautiful, and I'm gonna think I looked great in my early 20s, but I'm gonna think like, damn, I came a long way in my fitness journey, I came a long way in growing myself, and I look good as hell now. That's what I think.
Because I will say, I used to lift.
If Brian had balls, he would pull up some pictures of Banks from her past visits and just show the steady decline over less than a year. Because she was coming on like every 3 months. So you could show the decline over a year and just ask her, how do you think you're going to be prettier when you keep getting uglier and fatter?
And then I got off of it and I lost all of my gains, and I'm getting back into it, but it takes a long time to build your weight all the way up, because I used to be lifting 95-ish pounds, which is like basically my body weight. So it's like, you know, it takes a long time to build up to that, and then to also have a consistent like schedule, like that's my life. So yeah, I mean, it's really taking me.
Bone Man 500
Yo, hey.
donated 200.
You might be
Dude, hey, Bone Man.
actually, it might be pizza time.
Thank you, man. Here, let me pull up. I think this one came in. Showtime Simex. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. This is an example of Disney versus reality. Are you guys ready? All of you look 44 years old. God damn, right now. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think about that.
He's tripping. He's that's a troll. That's delusional.
My customers ask me
Over
every day,
half of y'all do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So,
We're happy. Y'all probably much older
with
than
your
that.
example of, well, I can go to the gym and my body can improve. But the reality is, let's just assume like you're 20, you have an average body. And then at 40, you have still an average body. There's going to be certain changes that occur when it comes to your skin. You're going to get wrinkles, etc. So certainly it could be the case that you could be morbidly obese at 20 and then lose all of that. You could get the surgery to get rid of the excess skin. It's perhaps plausible that you might actually be more attractive as like super fitness, like at 40 versus you at 20 morbidly obese. But I think the reality is for the
Bangs is on that road.
vast majority of people, because of those just inevitable changes that occur to your body via aging, you're just gonna be like, you're gonna be better looking when you're younger.
Throw one child into that mix too and see what your body looks like after that. Tell me you look better after having a kid versus before you got pregnant. Tell me that.
I think the answer to this question is that graph that you always show.
Oh my God. Wait,
Yeah.
did you say better looking? I forgot.
No,
you're
I
like-
actually have a really hard time with
Okay.
aging. I like avoid celebrating my
Okay.
birthday.
Over half of this panel is going to get knocked up in the next year or two, probably. That's just the way it goes. So throw in a kid into the mix and tell me you think you're going to look better. Like, have you seen what a child does to a woman's body? Sometimes it's just a lifetime sentence what happens after that. I've seen women have one child and just turn into Uncle Fester. It happens. Some women just don't care about that anymore. So
Moral of the story is if you take care of yourself the exact same way in your 20s as you will in your 30s, the exact same way, you know how to dress the exact same, you have the same sense of style, you have the same fitness habits, you have the same eating habits, same skincare routine, you are going to look better in your 20s than you are in your 30s.
I just won't be dressing like this.
I think it also has to do with what you think peaking is. I think most people peak at 30. I think most people look their best when they're 30. A lot of men, how we look at that graph, they think that most at 20, like, you know how with women, we think people our age are attractive at the same age, but men, it stops. I think that's the issue, is you guys think that these wrinkle-free and...
she's thinking men's peak too. Men peak at 30 because that's when they're at their physical peak. Women do not. Women do not peak at 30. They peak way before 30, like 22 maybe. 21 is where their peak is. And everything from there is the downhill climb that's just driving them nuts.
plump and all that is the most perfect you ever be. I don't take that as being most attractive. That's, I think, the difference. I take it being attractive when you know how to dress yourself and look accordingly, which comes with age. That's my overall.
Do you think that a guy?
That made me feel better. Thank you.
No, and it's like, and it's so sick that you guys keep saying this when we already know that people have this issue with aging, and you guys are the same ones who are like, I don't like Botox, I don't like filler, I don't like this, but then you're like, but by 30 you're gonna be looking, not that you look like shit, but you're every age.
No, but
even Andrew said though.
So plastic surgery needs to be involved for this little dream of theirs to become reality. They've got to go and get shit shot in their face. They've got to get a titty job. They got to get a BBL. They got all kind of shit they got to do. And they think that makes them look prettier. That's magic. That's not real. I mean, yeah, you do physically look better, but we all know.
He's like every year that we look worse. I think he said that. I don't know if it was a TTS or something like that. That's just not true. That's just not.
I think.
Well, let me address that.
No, I mean, on average, it is true.
Let me just address that. I am a natural body supremacist. I, granted, obviously take care of your hygiene, take care of your grooming, but yes, I'm not in favor of plastic surgery. I don't like fake boobs.
I disagree with Brian and Andrew on this point. Fix it. If I got to look at it, fix it. I don't want to look at ugly shit, but don't get it to where you look like a Barbie doll. But if you do, like I'm not opposed to a woman getting a boob job. If she's got boobs that hit the floor, lift them up and make them pretty. Why not? I get to play with them.
Fake lips. I don't like lipo. The lipo belly looks worse. Give me a girl with like a little belly fat. And the reality is, if you bend over like most people,
that is a dangerous road to take with women. You don't ever say, I'll take a little belly fat, because that little becomes more and more until they're Jabba.
Unless they're like really low body fat, you're gonna have a little belly. It's okay. You don't got to be like super low body fat all the time. In fact, I don't think it's super healthy, especially I think even for women, because then if your body fat gets too low, I guess it has an impact on your menstruation, I guess. So very much against labiaplasty, by the way. I'm very much natural body supremacist. If you need to be
Is that an attitude thing, or like, do you really think you're going to look better when you're 60? And men do. Men can look much more distinguished. Men are a different animal. We're not talking about men here. We're talking about just women, because women have bad habits that, well, most men do too. But in general, most men don't look better when they get older. Like, I look much better in my 20s, and I work out every day now. I didn't even have to work out back then much. I worked out once or twice a week, and I looked amazing. It's just much harder when you get older. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, men can look better when they get older. But that's more of a distinguished thing. It's not like, it's still kind of a little bit of a presentation you have to do with that. Like, you have to dress a certain way, you have to groom a certain way. I'm just saying, when you're in your 20s, man, you don't have to do all that shit. I was good looking no matter how you looked at me at that age, and now it's gone. It's very, very, very gone. Ooh.
Talked out of a labiaplasty. My DMs are open. I'll help you out. I'm a nice guy like that. Wait, what?
I said you're a female doctor.
Oh, I'm against the BBLs. What? That looks so bad.
Yeah,
it's so fucking terrible.
They do. But a lot,
they are
also,
gross.
I was gonna say that a lot of men like don't really like know like
What the difference looks
yeah, the
like?
differences. Like
I heard they smell like moldy cheese too. I don't know why, but that's what I heard they smell like.
even like
feel like
Photoshop, you guys will
It's
see
your trickery.
Photoshop, and then you'll be like, yeah, that's
Yep.
natural.
Yep.
And then you guys don't like really
It's-
realize it's
A
Photoshop.
woman's face is shit. Wait, how does it go?
Yep,
Or
a woman's face
oh
is
my God,
shit.
How am I dropping the ball on this? A woman's face is her work of fiction. A man's face is his autobiography.
I don't know what that means.
That's a good
It means that women put gallons upon gallons of makeup on their face and do everything they can possibly do, including taking the right filters with selfies, the right angles, and everything else.
Oh.
I'm
Men
so
don't wear
sorry.
makeup by and large, and you can basically
of these
figure
people aren't
out
wearing that much
probably
makeup
what a man does for a living by how weathered it is and how beat up he looks.
Why don't you
Yeah.
go shave
Also,
that
wait.
beard
I
then,
just want to address
Andrew?
your thing. I just want to. Okay, guys, keep it. Play nice. Put your swords away. Okay.
You know.
Can I share a quote?
One sec. I know you wanted to come in on something. I just want to say, so I actually think the female beauty standard that feminists cry about is actually more than obtainable for like 90% of women. So, okay, flat stomach, you don't need abs, maybe a little bit of muscle tone, healthy BMI.
The abs don't hurt though, if you want to go the extra mile.
That's very obtainable for most women. Whereas I would argue the male beauty standard that's rarely challenged by mainstream media is literally unobtainable without 2, if not 3 of the following: elite genetics, steroids, and 5+ years of basically treating the gym like a part-time or second job.
I agree with that.
Like, if you, for example, if you look at the Superman movie, or sorry, not this, the superhero movies, and you look at all the male superheroes, they're typically like in insane shape. A lot of them are on steroids.
Are you saying the woman superheroes aren't? They're usually
No, they're
like a
what's
Pixar
who's
mom.
the girl who plays Wonder Woman? What's her
No,
name?
they look soft. They don't even look strong.
Gal Gadot. She's like has barely any like.
They're more
That's
focused
like
on
an
a tiny
average-looking
waist.
girl, like an
You could look like Wonder Woman and never go to the gym, ladies. That's, you just got to run and not eat like a pig. That's it. Just stop eating so much and like run a little bit, or you don't even have to do that. Just don't be fat. All you got to do is not eat a lot. You could just do that.
That like an average. Granted, she's thin, right? Or not, I don't know if thin's the right word, but she's a healthy BMI. That is like her body is achievable by vast majority of women.
I think the high like body standard for men is placed by men though. I don't think a lot of the times
isn't it the
men
same though?
That's her friend. She brought her. So the next video I'll get into a little more when I skip to it. But that's a girl. That's her backup that she brought. So doesn't help.
yeah. Superhero movies that are like, oh yeah, Superman has to look like this. Women don't care about
Right,
that.
but there's always this conversation of, the
What do
beauty.
you mean they don't care? Of course they care about that.
Spider-Man is like woman's favorite superhero. He's not anything. He's a child.
It's just some dude.
No, the male physique.
Spider-Man is
Because that's her favorite. So because that's her favorite, that's all women's favorite.
literally just skinny.
And what women, I mean, we have more data on this when it comes to, what's considered like positive physiognomy and this type of thing than you can imagine. And yet, obviously, there's a standard which women have that they have a preference for, and they have an overwhelming preference for it. They want to see Superman with abs and big muscles. Okay, they do.
want to see bitches
Yeah,
with fake tits and
men.
fat asses.
Let's go around the
That's majority
table
of
and
the
ask
media.
if we've ever been, if we've ever Can we go around the table and ask if we've ever dated a very muscular gym guy?
Well, just because you can't get one
boyfriend
doesn't
is.
mean that you wouldn't prefer one.
Yeah, Bangs, you
Most girls
fat.
can get one.
Yeah, most girls
My
can
boyfriend's a
get
gym
one.
rat, and he's perfect.
Like, and also, I don't think
She wouldn't even know where to find them. They're always at the gym. She don't know where that's at.
I don't think what me and Andrew are saying. It's not like as a guy you have to look like The Rock to get women, or that all women necessarily prefer the ideal. But when we're
That's
having
exactly what he's saying, though.
no, but when we're having a conversation about this,
Saying most women do. Most.
I'm just stating the cost of a perfect body for each gender. Like, you take like an average 18-year-old woman, she's probably got like she's probably fairly close to the idealistic female body, whereas comparing it to the idealistic the idealistic male body, the amount of work and genetics, even drug intervention that's required to do that is insane. So did you have something?
Oh my gosh, now I got a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Was it about your man?
No.
I've got a quote.
Good times.
Lala has something.
Yeah, just a quote to share. That a hurtful truther is better than a happy liar.
I've heard that.
Good quote.
I've heard that. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, just worded differently. People prefer comforting lies over uncomfortable truths.
They shouldn't.
That's another way to. So, where were we?
Well, can I ask this?
That should be women prefer that. Men don't. Most men.
Do you honestly believe, on average, if a woman had to choose between a man who had, let's say, 10, 15 extra pounds on him, right, or a man, and I'm just talking physically, I'm not talking about personality, none of that stuff, just physically, or a man who was in very good shape, had maybe a flat stomach and seemed to be well muscled, you're saying that would not be the preference for most women?
Oh, I
Could
actually
be my
have an
preference.
answer.
What about most?
Yeah, I have an answer to that. I actually have a ton of influencer friends in like TikTok and Instagram, and honestly, their boyfriends are not the standard of attraction, but they.
I can tell you right now because I got hit by a train, so I got up to 300 pounds while I was doing my recovery and my surgeries and shit. I had to lose 120 pounds, so I fasted down to 170 pounds, lowest I got. And I tried to meet women. I was trying to date then because I'd lost the weight. It was much more difficult being skinny. Like people, like I just look skinny like that. I need to be around 220 to look like I want to look. And the closer I get to it, the more I see when I walk around, I get a lot more attention from ladies. Like I'll get looks now just when I'm going to the store and shit, but I wasn't getting shit before. So working out definitely helps with that. It helps tremendously because people do notice it, and that's got their attention on you. Now they see it and they're like, oh, and they look more and they like what they see. When you're skinny, they just think, oh yeah, he's skinny. They don't even notice it.
For the rating yourself 1 to 10 question, do you guys think you will look better? You look better now, or will you look better in 10 years? Going around the table, starting with Kiko. Go ahead.
All right, start it over.
I think in 10 years I'm going to look better. I do.
Okay.
This is something that I really struggle with, actually. I am scared of getting old, to be honest.
Scared of getting old?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think I'd look better now.
Okay.
They overlap a
probably
little
think I
bit.
look
Two of the
better now,
videos
but I
kind
hope
of
I should
overlap
take
this
myself
part,
in
so
a
I'm gonna
way
skip
that's,
ahead a
like,
little
not
bit.
that different.
I think the
We're
problem
also talking about
is
personal
when you
opinion
say
about ourselves,
we need to
not
dismiss what is
generalizing
objectively
every
true and try to make people kind of lie to everybody to make these untrue statements that, hey, guess what, girl? At 45, you're going to be just as hot as you were at 20. So it's ridiculous.
Okay, well, first of
it's
all,
absolutely
we went
ridiculous.
from 20 to
Who in
30
the
to
world
25 to 45, which is
thinks
two very
this way?
different
We all know. None of us are stupid at this table. You all know that most women look way better when they're 25 than 45.
I check IDs for my job,
Yeah, this
right?
is the same.
I
Start
look
it
every
over.
single day. I'm
Oh wait,
checking
this might be a
LIDs,
different
and I
video.
will tell you, majority of the women who come in at
Yeah,
35.
I think this is the one. Let me see. It went from this one to this one. Yeah. Different videos. Maybe it's this one. Let's try this one.
What's your name is Av Gray? Do you have a?
Yeah, this is the one.
Of gray.
Is that your actual legal name or?
That's my internet presence.
Okay. You said you're dating a doctor.
Yeah.
What kind of doctor?
He is a radiologist.
A radiologist. Okay. And you said you're 23, correct?
No, I'm 21.
Oh. Did I skip over
21.
somebody?
Yep. She turned 21 in like June, she said, or something.
Okay.
July.
July. So.
Yeah.
How old's your boyfriend?
He is 40.
Okay, so 21.
Nice.
Got it. Whoa. My mom's
What?
25. Sorry.
Are you trying to set your mom up with the...
No.
Into the mic, guys, please. Into the mic.
No.
You said he's a what again? Sorry, my
He's a
fucking pen isn't working.
radiologist.
Okay, radiologists. They make pretty good money.
It's a really dangerous job.
Oh no, so
Is it?
it's very different. Like I think you're thinking of the techs.
Yeah, why would radiology is not a dangerous job?
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
radiation is like really bad for you.
Well, the technicians, they have the proper gear to protect
What?
themselves from radiology, but
Radiologists like review.
Oh, so he doesn't have to be in there. He just has to look.
yeah, he just has to read them and identify
Got
like,
it.
what
Okay,
the
that's
problem might be.
a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I want to bring it back to you, Lizzie. You said that it sounds like you want a guy to like...
Even if he was in the room, I don't think radiologist is a dangerous job. It's not like ice road truckers or
do
something.
some of these more traditional things. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like if you're dating a guy, do you want him to pay for everything, basically?
I mean, that'd be great. I would love to be a spoiled housewife where I can cook him food all day, every day.
Okay.
And pleasure him when he comes home from work, be his cheerleader, but also monetize all the food that I make by making cookbooks and cooking videos, and then just also make my own money. So it's not like I'm just going to be mooching.
Okay.
But I do like being a princess.
What do you think the chances are that a really high value man wants to settle down with somebody who has a history of prostitution?
I think the chances are slim, but they're still there.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not banking on that, are you?
I really don't care. I know I'm going to find someone eventually.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know that though?
Well, you know, I actually
Take boxing classes because you're going to need them with the guy you settle in with. Trust me.
asked my boyfriend recently, and I feel like I'm a full-time house GF, so I just like make TikToks and sometimes, you know, like cook and bake pies and stuff. And he takes care of me and takes care of everything. And I actually asked him, like, what if I did like OnlyFans, or, you know, if I did adult entertainment? And he said he wouldn't mind, but he would, you know, obviously like prefer that I didn't do it.
Your radiologist, medical doctor boyfriend wouldn't mind if you did OnlyFans?
OnlyFans?
Shout out
just
to him.
pictures or actual...
I mean, okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of men out there that are cucks. So statistically speaking,
love it.
Yes, and they're not going to marry you. They're just going to watch you fuck someone else. They don't care about you.
I think 6% of all men are into cucking.
No, way more than 6%.
No,
No, my
6% are
boyfriend
definitely
is
into cucking. I read this in a book.
Minimum 6%.
I sent you that.
Well, I mean, if
Probably
you
like
read it in a book, it
50%.
must be true.
Probably. I rarely read, and that's like
Careful
one of
what
the
you
few
say,
things.
aren't you Christian?
My point is that I think a valuable man like my boyfriend is he is a, you know, doctor, and he, you know, went through all the procedures to become an accredited.
I can't hear this chick.
But I think a high value man could consider someone in the adult entertainment industry seriously, and I think that a lot of people don't realize that, but a lot of successful men really do not, I think, care, because usually their personal life is very private in general anyways, because yeah, that's
so true.
Yeah.
So does your boyfriend, who you claims that, you know, high value man, he's a radiologist, he wouldn't mind if you went on OnlyFans and did, you know, sex work. And do you think that, from your estimation, this particular person, you still consider that to be a high value man? You still consider him to be kind of high status, even though he would be willing to kind of share you?
Well, I think a lot of things define a high value man. For one and foremost, he is a wonderful
Yes, he's high value if he lets you fuck other guys.
father to his children. And he just is such a good family man. He
You can do a
takes
split
care
on
of the
this, Nick,
people
but
that
just
he
hide the...
loves.
Hold on. Here, let's just set up a split. You hide the top, hide the... Yep. Oh, wait, actually, let me see. Hide it. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, we can't do split on that angle. My bad. Go ahead.
We can test this too. Let's just think of all the people that would just definitely be a high value man if they were a bachelor. And let's look at them. And then let's go see if we can find any naked pictures of their wives. Because that would substantiate her claim, right? That high value men don't care if their wives do OnlyFans. So we can just look and see everybody that settled down with somebody and find out if they're dating a former OnlyFans whore, then I guess they don't care. So that'll be one in your favor. And then let's look at all the ones who said, nah, fuck that. And let's put them in the other column. Let's see which side wins.
But yeah, he's a family man and he takes care of the people he loves. He's very kind and very patient, and he has very good emotional regulation and communication as well. Like, he's everything that I could ever want in a man. So honestly,
Is he married?
No.
Okay, so he's divorced with children?
Yes.
How old is
Okay,
his kids?
how many children does he have?
Oh, he has 2.
How old are they?
Yeah.
Like in elementary school.
Have you met them?
No. I would like to just keep the.
Notice too, she's 21. She's dating someone easily in their 30s. And these girls have no issues with it. They don't have nothing to say. But they're going to tell you later, I think it's in this video, may not be, but Kiko has been on the record many times saying how gross it is that old men want to date young women and how it's disgusting that they do that. They got nothing to say to this girl that's doing the same thing. She's younger than him. So why is it only bad for the guy doing that?
That life separate because I don't want to, interrupt their personal life.
Forever separate?
That's to be determined.
Okay.
We never know what will happen in the future.
So like if you have a family with him, you don't picture them being integrated even though they would be halfway related?
I actually don't think I want children. Yeah, I would just like to.
Would you like to marry this man and spend the rest of your life with him?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the kids are probably going to have to come with that.
No, yeah. I mean, I love kids and they love me.
This dude is probably married and she's a dumb 21-year-old and can't see it. But yeah, if you've never met his kids and y'all talking about marriage, yeah, that's a little fucking weird. You would meet the kids at some point if you're going to. Otherwise, you're being hidden. Why are you being hidden?
Me too, but I don't, want to interrupt their childhood right
Women
now.
don't think about shit like that.
More mature, they'll be able to comprehend the situation.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's because as I grew older, I understood, the dynamics in marriage more fully. Because, I'm a child of divorced parents, and I didn't understand it at first, but as I matured, I understood both sides of the story, not just like my mother, for example.
Do you still talk to your parents?
Yes, both of them, yeah.
Do they know you're dating a 40-plus-year-old man?
Yes.
They're okay with it?
They're okay with it because they know that he is just a really good person and he's never had any sort of like other intention. Like, how I've seen on the podcast where they're like accusing older men who date younger women of like taking advantage of them. But maybe some older men do have that intention, but he's never ever had.
In Asian culture, they're not as stuck up with about age anyway. Because I'm doing a lot with trying to find I want to be a passport bro. So I'm looking in Asia, and yeah, they don't really give a fuck how old you are. Because it's not about that. They're trying to get out of that fucking country. So they really don't care how old you are. And it's a lot easier to find attractive women who are not brain dead like this whole panel. Try it. Passport bro. I'm doing it.
Had that intention. In fact, when we were kind of like separated for a while, he still, helped me out every way that he could. He was still there for me emotionally, and we were still friends.
Yeah.
But we were also friends first. So
but you're also 21. We're also more, I think, when we say that with the older men, it's usually more 18, 19 that we're concerned about, but you guys started dating.
Here, while we go around the table on this, does anybody object to her age gap relationships? Go ahead.
No. If she was a few years older, my answer would probably be different. Or younger, but yeah.
I agree with Kiko.
No, I like old guys. Also, I think if you made an OnlyFans, you would make so much more money than him.
You know what? So many people have told me.
Yeah, so I think you could consider it.
I'm not going to because, my mom.
Okay.
She's very firm on that. So, and I also, I don't think I want to show anyone except my boyfriend myself.
I don't have any problem with the age gap.
Me neither. Also, I wouldn't do an OnlyFans if I were you because of his kids also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
You'd be like
Yeah,
the hot
no as well.
stepmom.
That's
No.
Degenerate. Okay.
I said no as well. And also, I agree, don't do OnlyFans because the kids.
Yeah, I've also dated much older than me, so I have an opinion on it.
No issue.
How about instead of, do you object to their age gap relationship? Would you, because maybe you've heard what she said and it otherwise sounds fine. In general, would you object to a 21-year-old woman dating a 40-year-old man in general?
I think it really depends on the situation.
Maybe it doesn't change the answer for any of you?
Priya? It's 18, 19 for me.
They're adults.
I actually
18, 19 is where I'm like, it depends on the situation.
What happens in the 1 year? What happens in the 1 year where suddenly it's okay versus not okay,
A
Kiko?
lot can happen in those years. That's why I said 18, 19. First of all, an 18-year-old could be in high school. Okay, I was 18 for like 5 months of high school. So when you guys say 18, as a 40-plus-year-old man, you have nothing in common. You might have a few things in common, but that's weird. Okay, I'm 21 and would find it weird.
I dated a nurse in high school as a sophomore. No, I was going into my junior year. And nothing, like, they act like they're being taken advantage of so bad. And if I was, good, I enjoyed it.
To be dating an 18-year-old that's a high schooler. Like, that's an 18, 19, you're still growing. I'm not, who's to say if it changes at 20, but obviously we have to put a number on it. So if I had to put a number on it.
Yeah, well, we have a number on it. The number's 18.
I feel like, can I say something? I feel like if you guys say 18 because the consent, the age of consent is 18, but I feel like if it were anything lower, you guys would be pushing, 16, 17.
Well, actually, you're wrong. The age of consent is in most states is not 18. That's incorrect.
I understand that.
Yeah,
but here,
yeah,
it's
but
18.
not only that, but when we're talking about 18, men can be drafted out of high school at 18 and go fight wars for you at 18.
We weren't talking about fighting wars. We were talking about sexual
I
relationships
understand,
between
but
an
if we're
18-year-old and
considered
40
adults at 18 to go fight in a war on your behalf,
If I could
why
choose
is it
that,
that
I
you
would
think
say
that
no,
suddenly
too.
a woman is so incapacitated that she can't make a decision as to who she wants to date at 18 years old?
If I could go back and write the law, I would say no, we shouldn't be pulling 18-year-olds out of high school to go fight in war also. I would also object against that. I think it should be 21 as well. I don't think 18-year-olds are ready for that responsibility. So.
Sure, let's get a bunch of geriatric old soldiers. That sounds great.
Because 21 is
There's a reason that
geriatric.
they use young men in
Because
warfare,
21
because they
is
fight wars really
geriatric.
well.
Wait, but I think if you were to put an 18-year-old fighting with like a, I don't know, 25-year-old, I think a 25-year-old beat their ass.
Well, you're
25-year-olds.
wrong. Traditionally, wars have been fought by young men.
Yeah, but
and
most
the
of them got
reason
their ass
is
beat.
because young men are good at following orders. They've been conditioned to follow orders, so they're really
So
easy
they
and
actually- I think-
malleable.
okay,
They
I know
have
a lot
young-
more-
They have young
Yeah.
bodies that
25-year-old
take a lot of
video.
abuse.
I think with that
That was
logic, they'd make
amazing. I'm
better
sorry.
partners too if they can follow orders. Okay, I'm sorry. So I guess, like the age of consent here is 18, but like in China, it's like 15 or even younger. Like I had a family friend, she was in her 50s, like dating a 16-year-old, and like they made it work, and it was pretty sick.
That's crazy.
In what term is the word sick?
Oh,
'Cause
like
I think we have two different. I think we're defining sick in two different ways.
Mentally ill.
no,
gonna
I think
throw up.
sick in like a good way.
Yeah, I know that's what you meant. I meant sick, like I'm gonna be nauseous.
Because he was like really pretty, and she really liked him.
That's such a double standard.
That's so sad.
No, but I would have no
children.
problem with like, I don't know, a 50-year-old dating a 16-year-old if it's in a country where like culturally speaking, it's okay.
I think either culturally, that's.
I'm not gonna like gender.
I almost kind of agree with that in a weird way. I think back in the old days, they used to get married at 16 all the time. It's just in this modern world where we make women like these pampered princesses to where they don't even have to become adults until they're almost 30. Because that's when life really hits them. Like they just kind of fuck around and do whatever they want until they're 30. They have no duties to anybody. So why not? So I could see that if that's their culture and like, I don't know, like medieval times, that's just how it was. So who's to say it's wrong or right or whatever? Like if that's just the way things are, whatever.
You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't marry a 16-year-old. I don't even want to talk to 16-year-olds. I don't want to talk to 20-year-olds. Because, yeah, they're much prettier, but you got to fucking talk to them too much. And I don't have the patience for that anymore. Fucking young girls is a young man's game. I'm just too grumpy and fussy to be fucking talking to some stupid kid now. I don't have the patience.
gender disqualify people.
I raised
from
one
being able to
already.
date people of certain
I think
ages.
it's grooming.
That's still a child.
Yeah. If I had a daughter or even a son and I'm older and they are 18 or 16, how you're saying, whatever, 18, and they bring home someone 40 plus years old, I'm going to have a problem with it.
Even my
What's
age,
your-
I'd be like,
what's the
"Excuse
objection?"
me?"
Hold on. Go ahead, Andrew.
What's the objection?
To my
Other than how it makes you feel, what's an actual objection that you have to it?
because he has experienced double her lifespan, right? So he's been here 2 times longer than she has experienced so much and has learned things that she hasn't yet. And yeah, I know what you're gonna say. So he can show her all of those wisdom and knowledge that he has.
Don't predict what I'm going to say.
I was
You're
gonna.
going to get it wrong, I promise. But just go ahead and tell me what your objection is.
My objection is I don't want my little girl with someone who is 40
No, you're adult girl, not your little girl. You're adult girl.
plus years old. I want her to experience life with someone who they don't have to be the exact same age, but
Wait,
that,
I just
Yeah, but
want
that's
to
just
wait.
a-
Let
listen,
me
that-
let me just come in really quick. You said little girl, but you said she's 18 or 19. So don't you mean adult woman? Go ahead.
yeah, but that's
Yeah,
still.
that's just
I know my
preference.
dad. My dad looked at me when I was 18, and I'm his little girl. I'm forever his little girl.
Yeah, but you're using the language to sort of, in this sort of bad faith way, try to frame it in the most
Sorry, I don't want my daughter.
unflattering. But
I don't
it's-
want my
hold on,
daughter.
let me finish. You're framing it in the most unflattering way possible by using very specific language
My little baby.
to put a spin on it, because that's what people like. That's what feminists do, is they'll like
I'm
try
not
to
a
put a spin
feminist.
on it by using this language to like make it seem as unflattering as possible.
Well, just have a
Go
quick
ahead,
question for
Andrew.
you,
Go ahead,
Kiko.
Andrew.
Kiko, do you believe that an 18-year-old woman should be able to
That's the contradiction right there. Cinematics. They don't see it. They don't fucking see it.
vote and nullify the vote of this 40-year-old man who has twice the life experience that she does, which seems to be what your objection is?
Yeah, because right now the voting age is 18. I also think the
Yeah,
voting age.
but
I
would
think
you
everything
want
should
to
be raised
change
from
that
18.
now, knowing what you know, that they are totally inexperienced and have no business voting against a 40-year-old man who has double her life experience, double her knowledge, and nothing in common with her? Clearly, he's way more sophisticated than she is.
Yes, if I could go back, I would change the voting age to maybe 21, maybe somewhere around there. At 18, I had no idea what I was doing voting. My opinions have vastly changed since then after I've done more research. I had no business voting while I was still in high school during a presidential
So if
election.
you're a 21-year-old and you're with a 45-year-old, is that okay?
Yes. I would say in most
Why-
cases, yes.
So I can't figure out what the distinction here is, other than some kind of it's icky style preference. Is it just an it's icky preference?
It's
Is
about
that
brain
it? That's the only
development.
objection?
Brain
Can I ask
development.
you something?
Manipulation tactics. Manipulation tactics can work way easier on a naive person who is just experiencing being an adult versus someone who has, I don't know the term you would use, but they have more, I don't know.
So it's power dynamics?
Mostly power dynamics,
Right?
yes.
Well, if it's power dynamics, then why would you support a woman ever getting together with a rich man? Why would you support a woman ever getting together with a rock star? Why would you support a woman ever getting together with any powerful man
she make
if
that-
she wasn't equally powerful as he
'Cause
was
she can
when he
make
got
those-
together? Because it's power dynamics.
She can make that decision with a fully developed brain and her
It's
own
not fully
good faith.
developed.
More developed than at 18.
Yeah, but
vastly.
you don't even know
At 18,
that.
you're
The
fresh
problem
out
is
of
with
high school.
the
You don't
particular
have
studies
that,
for a
like,
fully
real
developed brain, you don't even know exactly when the brain is fully developed. Could be 25, could be 18, could be 19, could be 20, could be 21, could be 31.
Well, we know.
The problem is they took a huge pool of studies and they tried to kind of run this data and give you an average for when the female brain's fully developed, but it's actually quite contentious, this data, so it's not even true.
But
So
we still
when you're talking
have the
about
data,
this particular
so
preference
let's stay
and
around
power
the
dynamic, hang on, I'm almost done, then I'll give you the floor. When you're talking about the preference of a power dynamic, then wouldn't you have to logically be consistent and say anytime there's a lopsided power dynamic, they should not be getting together?
I already answered your question. Brain development. It's like I'm not going to change my.
I think women are not really adults until they're about 30. And here's my rationale for that. Up until the time they're 30, they're not dealing with reality. They're just not. Reality comes when they hit that wall and they realize, oh, fuck, I've been retarded. But they're not going to realize it until they've already fucked it up. So they're not even in reality until they're around 30. Right when that wall starts getting right in front of them, they're like, oh, fuck. But it doesn't change anything because they're still going to do the same stupid shit anyway. But at least now they know they can see a little bit of reality.
My answer on that one.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Brain development. They're not any more developed at 20 than they are at 18 or 21 at 19. It's still the same crap.
It's 25 where your brain lobe is like, your frontal brain lobe is like fully developed. I feel like that's like
That's
very,
not true.
Sir, that's very common knowledge. You're getting those facts straight out of your ass because you're pissed.
That's what happens whenever retards read studies and they don't understand what they're reading.
That's a complete
I don't know why you're so
misrepresentation
mad
of the
about
data.
Can I
Now, I'll
ask
tell you
you a
what,
question?
if you believe that it's 25, tell me who was the architect of the studies who you read, who told you that 25
That's
years
like
old
what we
was
learn
when
in
the brain
school
was
in like
fully
biology
We learned
class.
we learned it in
I'm
psych,
sorry,
bio,
don't-
UCSB. My
School is
Lisa
propaganda.
Terrain, I think is her
You learned you can do anything you want in school too. So go do it.
name. My professor is who I learned that from. Thank you.
So somebody just told you that.
My professor, it's
in
part of our
textbooks.
research.
I'm not gonna
It's in our
Oh,
book.
great.
the exact
Can
thing
you
from the
tell me any
textbook.
data on it? Can you tell me what the methodology was, what the process was, how they
You
went
know
about
it.
determining that this was true, or did you just are you just going to
Oddly
say,
enough, he
well, I
does.
heard that once, so it's true?
We learned it in school.
We learned it in school.
Yeah,
Sorry
but-
for
you
taking
learned
some
it in
good
school.
faith.
That's great. Can you give me any actual data on this at all? Or is it just
Bio
somebody
101.
told that to me?
Actually,
Bio
what I learned in debate, you're a debater, right? What I learned in debate class, since you have an issue with our facts, you're the one who is supposed to bring the evidence negating our fact. So if you want to go
Right
do
now-
that research,
Yes, he's supposed to bring the evidence to negate your facts before he hears you say them. He should just have that with him at all times, just in a Rolodex that he just wheels around to every debate he goes to in case Bang shows up and has a stupid idea he's got to
You
refute.
establish you've given me a fact.
yeah, and I'm telling you, if you don't agree with us, you can go ahead and provide that
There's
necessary research
there's
since
no
you want it so
agreement,
bad. But
right?
we are all in a
Right now, I'm
consensus here.
questioning
So
whether or
you're
not
about
this is a
like
fact.
maybe Priya and Brian
Yes, 11 idiots agree, so we're right, you're wrong.
might be on your side, but you're.
I kind of.
I am not on-
I'm.
You agree with him?
I mean, when he brought up the power dynamic with like celebrities and stuff like that, like I see how like I
Yeah.
get why he brought that up as a rebuttal, definitely for sure. Like
Yeah, but that's not
I
his
feel like
overall
that
point.
doesn't
My
even have
overall
anything
point
to
is
do
like
with the
he's saying
fact
that there's
of
no
an
difference between an
18-year-old
18-year-old.
versus a 21-year-old.
Like there's you can't say there's no difference between an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old.
I think we really need to go back to where like words like have definitions and mean something because.
That's why I didn't label it. I didn't say that these men are
I wasn't
need to be
saying-
put
sorry,
in
I didn't mean
jail.
to say
or
like
need to
you
be,
were, but like even just like
still be
even
weird.
my own thing is like okay, if we're adults at 18, if our boys are literally getting sent to war to
Okay, when
fight
did
for
that
us,
happen?
they should like
How long
be
ago was
able.
Yeah, men are fully okay to just go to war and die, but women can't even decide who puts their dick in.
To have a drink or a smoke, but they're not because
Okay.
it's like so.
obviously there
either
is a
they
give
need
and
to
take,
change
right?
everything to 18 and make sure our men are men and have like they're. It's just weird to me that like
That was a
there's
great point you made though. Like that,
yeah.
like that 18 they can go to war, all the things that you were saying, but still you
But
can't
then you
drink.
can't drink or have a
So
smoke while
obviously
you're
there's
killing
differences
yourself.
between them, right? I don't agree 18 should be the age regardless, but obviously there's differences between it because we already have different ages on these.
And why do they
Yeah, but
say why?
Kiko, it's not just
Andrew,
a
I'm
matter
talking.
of-
No, you interrupted me. So
Oh,
I was
sorry,
gonna say.
yeah, I'm gonna interrupt you.
I was
Kiko.
gonna, okay.
Kiko,
you're
that's the whole
still
point, though.
talking. You're still talking.
Go.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I
you're
was
still
gonna
talking
say,
too.
Go.
Thank
Here,
you.
you go ahead.
Banks thinks she's the star of the show. She thinks she gets to remote in just to refute all the hoes. No, bitch, you're one of the fucking hoes. Just shut up and let him talk.
Then we'll have Andrew
Okay,
go. Go ahead.
like I
with
was
your
gonna
point.
say, because Andrew keeps interrupting me, is that they have a reason why you say you can't smoke or drink until 21. It's because your brain isn't fully developed, and I think they're very aware of that. Your frontal brain lobe isn't developed until
Does
the age of 25.
Does Europe have that wrong?
Good. So why are they allowed to drink before then? Why? Can't answer.
Because I think you can drink.
Yeah,
much
but
earlier
I mean,
in
like
Europe.
in Mexico, you can drink at like 12 and drive a car at 12. It's very different.
What does the
good
what does
point.
the frontal brain lobe control?
Decision making.
It controls decision making.
Yes.
Okay, and how does it do that?
I believe
So I don't know.
I believe it's our
You don't know.
judgment.
You have no idea what you're talking about. You're talking about a contested
You don't know what you're talking
assortment
hold
of
on.
data.
Guys, hold on.
And
Interesting stuff. I am going back to work. Andrew,
I've had this exact debate with my daughter when she was 12. That's how they act. No, you are.
nice Bruce Campbell
Fuck.
poster. Oh, Gray, I'll talk to you later, beautiful.
I love you, babe.
You had something really quick. Make your point.
Yeah, I believe the prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain where we are able to see the consequence of our actions. And there was a study. Impulse control. Yeah, impulse control. So there was a study done on prisoners who had instances in their childhood where they were abused and they had gotten impacted in the front of their head, and they were the ones that were recommitting the same crimes because they couldn't see the consequence of their actions. So the prefrontal cortex.
Oh my God.
Andrew Tate donated $1,000.
Oh shit!
Do you guys want to
Andrew
continue on
Tate
the
doing something.
conversation?
Probably wasn't him though.
I did DM you that picture. I know it's late in the conversation.
All right, who's?
I know that we say, or I know that you guys are saying that there's a huge difference or drastic difference between an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, but I don't understand how or why. Like, yes, of course we change depending on our life experiences, but what is it exactly that happens in that time frame that makes these people grow up grow up so much? Because in that time frame, well, not all, but most kids leave their parents' home, go off to college, and a lot of the times don't make the greatest decisions.
Can I say something real quick to that?
Who wants champagne?
Me. Yeah, you could pass it around.
I
don't know
is everybody
if it's really
over?
like a big,
Yeah, we're all
difference, but I think the
I'll be
biggest
22
difference is
January
the fact
4th.
that, like, now I graduated high school at 17. Most people are still in high school at 18, right?
Yo, Nick.
So you're still in that environment around different
Andrew,
age
can you hear
kids,
me?
around younger kids.
Yeah, I
you're
can
gonna
hear
have
you.
that
Okay, never mind.
influence. So you leave high school.
What's up?
Now you have that real life experience. You're going off to college by yourself.
Okay.
You're leaving your parents' home. That alone is enough life experience to teach you,
You
you know,
want?
how
Who's
to
got empty
think
cup?
on your
I
feet
don't
and
think
how
that's
to
the
be an
case most
adult.
of the time, though, honestly.
It depends on the
I'll just let
person. It
people-
depends on
Absolutely,
what
but
you've been through. It's
In that
not
sense,
like
I've-
absolute, but I think that's the main part of the argument.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
but
did it
oftentimes
get
we get
fucking-
most of our knowledge,
Oh.
especially in that
We're not
small
supposed to get this on camera.
age difference. We've gotten the large majority of our knowledge and experiences from our parents, so I think it's
Yeah,
really
that's
on the
true.
parents to prepare the child or that individual to make the best decisions for them in their life. So I really
It does
object
really
to the idea that there's so much that happens in between ages 18 and 21 that like they're suddenly able to make this decision.
Divide by 2,
And
add
also
7.
we know that
That's the rule.
it's possible. I mean, my parents had me at 19, 20. My grandparents had my parents at the summer in between 8th grade and freshman year, and they killed it. Like I wish I had children. You know, I wish I was there. Like people are able to do it. We're just getting a little softer, I think.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me because maybe Andrew has an opinion on this as well, but I find that that Andrew that's here with us.
I think Andrew Tate wants 13-year-olds.
That's not.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Man, this is just getting out of hand. I need Andrew to speak up here really quick because I can't take much more of this view. And I mean the view like the woman cackling hen show.
That's completely inappropriate.
Get him back. Come
No,
on.
I find it very interesting now that kids want to grow up so much in such a provocative way, but I feel like they're becoming less mature and adult than like she was mentioning our parents and our grandparents were at the same age.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah, because the ages that people are marrying and having kids is obviously getting later and later in life, and honestly, I think people are being a lot less successful at it now than they were in the past.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna fast forward through some of the woman prattle bullshit. There we go.
things that have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah,
They're very
but
opposing.
So wait a second. What the agency issue here? You would say a 13-year-old would still have to have her parents around, help guide her to any of the major decisions that they're going to make, including that decision. There's no way you can take that off the table. At 18 years old, that's not a necessity anymore. That's an adult. Why is it that you think that this person has the capacity to make such a decision, but doesn't have the capacity to make a decision as to who they want to date?
Okay, this is like
it's very different raising a child at a young age than it is dating somebody.
This is just infantilization. That's what I was thinking about. In medieval times, women would get married at 12 because they had 12 years and all they were trying to do was become an adult. Now we let women, like I said, live until they're 30. They live in fantasy land until they're 30 years old when the wall hits them. That's the problem right here. If you can become an adult by the 12 years, because it wasn't like a problem that people were marrying 12-year-olds back then, because their entire job was just to become a woman. So they try to do it as fast as possible. But we infantilize these women. Listen to the shit on this show. they're talking about how women can't even make decisions for themselves. This is other women admitting that their own kind is not capable of making decisions on who fucks them. How crazy is that?
Very different.
And
If
why
anything,
do
one
you
is-
keep,
And I know that they're different. I'm looking
Hey.
for consistency.
Andrew, why do you keep defending men that want to date teenagers?
Yeah, like why
That's
is this
not
like
cool.
so
I
weird?
see
Yeah.
a problem with an 18-year-old
I just think
dating.
So
I
you
don't see a
said-
problem with 18-year-olds dating. Why do you see a problem with that? Is it because of your own immaturities? Is that why?
No, it's just because the last job I've had before I got into bartending, I was a manager and a site lead of these 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 19-year-olds. They are kids. They're still kids, especially this day and age.
Or 21-year-olds.
Okay, so same in this day and age of how we.
They're still kids because we let them. We let the women stay children till they're 30, and the men have to go and fight in wars at 18 if they fucking get drafted. It's fucking a double standard. And I don't know how much longer I can take this, but we've got to do something about it. Ugh.
Because honestly, there's a lot of problems within the schools. You would agree probably, and how we've been raising our kids. We are raising them to be extra soft and coddled. So especially these 18-year-olds. And
Who's coddled? I hope she's not saying the men are coddled. Yeah, some are coddled. They're the fucking women. Like, you don't have to have any responsibility. That's why men have to pay on dates still, because women are just so irresponsible. They're lucky if they find it to the place. That's how irresponsible women are until much, much older.
And this generation that's going through our schooling system we have now, that's getting so handheld through life, I'm not saying there's not one-off instances where an 18-year-old and an older man cannot work, but I'm saying I think that is more far and few in between than the age gap of 21 and plus. That literally is all I'm saying is.
Yeah, but you're not.
That's a good point, but it wasn't frowned upon if the guy was older, but they didn't live much older. So if you were a 20-year-old man in the medieval times, you were probably almost middle-aged. So it is a little different, and I understand that. But if you can get prepared to be a wife in 12 years, then why now are you still incapable and can't figure it out in your 40s? It's just nuts.
I'm not basing that on anything. It's just arbitrary.
I'm basing it.
It's almost like all this freedom and like modernity is not good for women. Who could have saw that?
On the,
It's
on the
just
people I've
some like
seen.
preference you have where you just think it's icky. That's it.
No, it's basing it off of looking at how things have turned out for other women who were 18 who decided to get in these older relationships with men, start a family at 18 before they got their own education or a good job. Then what happens when that man turns out to not be not good? Because a lot of them, those men.
Prove it. Prove it's not turning out good.
I'm not going to go air out not all my friends, but some people I know. I'm not going to air out their dirty business right now. But you can go on, even going online, you can see your own testimonies of people. If you have, I'm not saying it's always going to happen, but it happens
That's
too
just
much.
Kiko,
It
that's
happens
just
too.
anecdotes, though. You're just
Anecdotes.
thinking anecdotes.
Everything is just anecdotes.
Oh, okay. Well, Kiko, all the people I know have these huge age gaps in their relationships. Those all work out great.
Then that's your experience. My experience is
Right.
different.
So I get it. So it's equally as valid as yours.
So how about we just go to the stats now and look at actual statistics instead of a friend you know?
Like,
Is it going to change? Is it going to change your mind because I said that? Because I told you that? Wait, my anecdotal
that's the difference
experience
here,
is
is yours-
different than yours.
This is the difference here. You're stuck in trying to change my mind. I'm not trying to change your mind. You're just asking me questions and I'm answering how I feel. You can think
Well,
how
I
you
do
feel.
want to. I
You're
do
married
want to
with
change
kids.
your mind, of course.
I don't care to change your mind. You're married with kids, so I'm hoping that you won't be you won't be going around 18-year-olds anyway. So I'm not really concerned.
Then stop talking. If you don't care about changing anyone's mind, then shut the fuck up. Let the adults who know what they're talking about speak.
How you feel about it, but you're the one who
What does
decided.
that have to do with anything?
Because I don't feel the need to lecture you on it because you're already married with kids. I'm more concerned with if there's other men who still want to seek out 18-year-olds that are that plus, then I'll talk to them.
So if the argument is I want to get up in other people's business, then it's equally valid for me to say, okay, me too. And I'm taking the opposite position of you, and I think that there's absolutely no problem with an 18-year-old male dating.
This is Kiko's like 9th time on the show, and he's having to explain to her how debates work.
A vastly older woman or an 18-year-old female dating a vastly older man. It seems like there's reasons for those preferences that make sense.
Here, I want to bring in some of the
What
other
is the reason
people.
for those
Hold on,
preferences,
hold on.
though? Why would you prefer an 18-year-old?
Kiko, stop. I'm going to bring in some other people on the panel here.
Because of fertility.
Fertility.
And you're okay, so I guess I have personal experience. Has anybody dated like an old person when they were a teenager here? Yeah, I was seeing someone who was 36 when I was 16. Whoa. And it was pretty sick until he went to jail.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, he went to jail.
For being with you?
I didn't hear.
Identity theft.
Oh. This girl's a troll.
You're one of the most interesting.
I know.
No, it's actually real. I have text messages to prove it.
All right. I mean,
Like that's.
he went to jail.
That's exactly what I see.
No,
though.
he went to jail.
We're talking about age gaps. He went to jail for something totally unrelated.
Yes, but my point was it was pretty sick.
That just like makes no sense. Yeah, he got hit by a bus. What the fuck?
What
does that mean?
Him going to
Like,
jail?
do you mean sick as in cool or sick as in?
When I was 14 dating a 28-year-old, it seemed pretty cool at the time too, until I got older and realized how freaking sick it was. That's why when I see those, when I was 14, I had a lot of older men on my tail. So when I see those 14 and 28, right? When I see 18 and 40, that's what I see. It's like, okay, they learned their lesson now, and now they're at least going for girls of age. That's how I read it as. So
did I hear you right when you said that you dated an older man at that age?
yeah, I was 14 dating a 28-year-old. Yes, Andrew, that's what I said.
Well, why?
Because I was an idiot. I was 14, had no idea what I was doing. He was coming on to me, was talking to me a lot, asked me out. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Older guy's interested in me. You know, he has a job, he has a car.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $200. Let's be honest, at this point a better argument can be made that many women never emotionally or mentally mature. The panel ebbing case in point. Society is doomed. Send the nukes.
Yeah, send the nukes.
And she's telling other people how they should act, right?
Damn.
So back.
That's hot.
Oppenheimer?
Oh my.
Like I said, I dated a nurse when I was in high school for a little bit. I didn't think it was bad. I was trying to get her. Like that was me being aggressively trying to get her. So I can't even look at it as the same thing. But yeah, she's dating a fucking 28-year-old in high school, and she's trying to tell other girls they can't date anyone when they're 18. It's fucking insanity.
So kind of back to this as we dive into it. Why is it though? You don't think that maybe informs your preference that you had a really bad experience when you were young? So therefore, when women are considered adults, you have decided that you still need to kind of move that goalpost forward because you're trying to protect them from the same types of bad experiences that you had?
That's the thing, though. I never said it was a bad experience. It was great. He bought me a lot of stuff. He bought me food. He took me to my practices. It was a wonderful time. It could have been bad. It could have gotten really bad if I didn't leave when I did. And obviously, he was a 28-year-old with a 14-year-old, which he had no business doing. So even though it was a great relationship.
Yeah, girls, don't do that same thing that I did that was awesome, that I love so much and I wish I could still do.
With my mind now being more developed, I realized how sick and twisted it was. Never said it was a bad relationship, though.
Were you the one
I
that
never said that.
stepped away from the relationship, or did he?
I did. Finally, when I was talking to more, I told more and more of my friends. And at first, my friends thought it was cool, like my age friends. But then I got talking to more of my older friends who were in high school, because I was still in 8th grade at this time.
You're just a child.
And they were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Can
I add something? The difference is that's highly illegal. So
I know,
he is
but
slime ball.
the only reason why I brought that up though is because it reminds me of like I do know him still. I don't know him at all, like know him personally, but he's the guy now who is I don't know how old he is. He's like in his late 30s, early 40s.
Dude, you know what the fascinating part is? She's admitting that she loved all the stuff she got, and now she's advising other girls that are younger than her not to do that thing that she just said she loved and was amazing, and she won't even say it was bad when she was molested or whatever. But could it be any more obvious that this is just about competition? Women want you not to date men in their age range. That's the whole reason for this. 90% of the time. Maybe not her because she's still kind of young, but all these other women, and even her to a certain degree, because she just admitted it was awesome. Why would you tell people not to do something that's awesome?
40s who's dating 18-year-olds.
Go ahead.
It's a trend. It ends up being.
And I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying that is not awesome. I'm saying, but from her perspective, she thinks it is. I'm not saying that's awesome at all. I think that's disgusting. But I mean, what the fuck?
Stop. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that when I was 16, I didn't date anybody really old, but I was talking to this guy who was 19 at the time, and even then, he was very aware that it was still a little inappropriate for him to be talking to me because of like, you know, the fact that I was 16 and he was 19 and about to be 20. So I feel like if I'm 19-year-old boy can even make that decision and be like, okay, that's wrong. I don't want to date the 16-year-old, even though we are both teenagers technically. And, you know, it's 16, 19, that's like, what, 3 years? That's not that bad. But even he had like the knowledge and was like, okay, I don't.
No, dummy. He didn't say he didn't want to fuck you. He said, I don't want the fucking jail term that could go with this. That's the fucking, what you're not getting. He probably would have fucked you because you're stupid and you're probably easy to dump.
Want to hang out
Yeah,
with you.
because it's a crime.
He didn't want to get locked up.
Yeah, I know.
It was
I'm
a
saying
crime.
that-
It wasn't. It had nothing to do with what you and him wanted. It was a crime. That's why he didn't want to do it, right?
Yeah, obviously, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
there.
So I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Can I?
Like,
Can I?
To be fair, she's pretty ugly, so maybe he just didn't want to fuck her too.
I'm trying to figure out why it's
Well, you're
actually
cutting
of
me
some kind
off.
of moral imperative at 18. When they're 18, they're considered adults by society. Why it's somehow bad, other than like kind of this arbitrary ick factor that you had. I don't see any other argument than that.
But like, why can't we smoke and drink at 18?
Because
Or smoke and drink. Smoke and drink at 18.
Wait, Kiko,
You can
move your
smoke.
mic.
There's a little bit of a difference, though, consuming substances that can alter your brain chemistry
Versus having sex with somebody that can alter your brain for life.
Well,
Because
I
we
mean,
all-
nobody's advocating for having sex at that age.
Kind of weird fucking sex is she having? It alters your brain for life.
Look, the reason
Anal.
that you saw the drinking age and stuff like that go up
Hold on
is
just a
because
sec. Hold on.
Brian, call animal control. There's a raccoon at the table. What the fuck is going on? Also, how you gonna struggle opening that wine bottle? My hands are bleeding.
This Taylor, I didn't even get a
Bro,
Angel hashtag.
I swear I loosened that shit for Kiko. Like it was about to pop, but then like, you know, it is what you can. Right, I'm still kind of, I don't know.
You still,
Was that your
yeah,
first
one more to
one?
prove yourself, Brian.
Yeah, we have two more. If anybody wants to like, you know, I can redeem myself if anybody wants to, you know, so we got two more champagne bottles that we can pop. So imagine if I go for 0 for 3 on all the champagne bottles. I actually have to end the podcast. Like I can't do this podcast anymore if I can't open one of those
I think
champagne
you'd be
bottles.
too injured at that point.
Yeah, probably. I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah. Nick, she sent us go to our Instagram. She sent us like a photo or something.
Yeah, it's a screenshot.
Okay,
just
so
a
we'll pull
little
that up. Here, let me do a chat. Let me get this chat in. We have Dark Shadow. Brian and Andrew, thanks for awesome shows. These ladies have no value. If they say cuddling is what they bring to the relationship, a pillow does the same thing. The woman next to Brian is beautiful. Okay, assume you're talking about Priya.
Think she's a horse girl though. Think she likes
All right,
riding
thank
horses.
you, Dark Shadow. Thank you, LPE. Appreciate it. Let me see here. Oh, that's still loading. Here. One
This is so
sec.
funny.
Do you have it, Nick?
That you said it's not about sex, but he already said too. Fertility was the number one thing that he would go after an 18-year-old for.
Yeah,
we're
do
talking about
so,
marriage,
Nick.
That's different.
Nick.
No, that's not what I said.
I said what was better about an 18-year-old? You said fertility, so that means
Yeah,
having
but that
babies.
doesn't. But what you did was you inserted. He said he would do X, didn't you? So you lied. Is what you did.
Okay.
You were trying to insert that I would do an action
Why are
based
you
on an
so
argument that I made
mad?
for why
He's
I
not
think
mad.
that men would go for women who had more fertility and why that would biologically make sense that they do so. That has nothing to do with what I would or wouldn't do.
Okay, redacted. A reason he gave for why men would want to go for an 18-year-old is fertility. So if it's for
Right.
fertility, then you're saying that, oh, it's different because drugs and drinking and all that can like make your mind different. But I'm like, so can having a child. So
Yeah, I agree.
why?
So the thing is a reason
I'm
that
not talking to you. I'm talking to
the
Priya.
Wait,
Hold
yeah,
on.
but I need to clarify because I was cut off by the
Andrew,
super chat.
stop
I was answering that
interrupting.
question already. I was
Okay.
already answering that question for you.
Wait.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving and organizations like this are the ones that push those laws to raise the drinking age and smoking age from 18. It was tied with you being an adult, always, until a bunch of busybody, dumb broads like yourselves got together and decided that they wanted to push the age of consent law
Andrew,
forward.
why?
It makes
Because
no sense. It's not consistent
Andrew,
anymore.
because too
that
many
you're an adult and
18-year-olds
drink
were
or
drinking
smoke.
and driving, right? Too many 18-year-olds were drinking and driving because
Okay.
they couldn't handle the responsibility
Nope.
of drinking.
Hold on.
So
No,
they had
no,
to
no,
drink
no,
and
no.
smoke.
No.
I have
Stop.
my hand raised.
But
for
dumb
that.
broads.
Stop. So I think, did you have your hand raised and then you had your hand raised? You go, then you go.
Okay, I was gonna say for fertility, actually,
statistically speaking, 13 to 15-year-olds are very fertile.
Oh my
Like, why do you keep? Can we go on there?
Okay, that's gross.
Is it her that's doing that?
Doing what?
Going back to what?
She just keeps trolling. She's just
No,
trolling.
I'm saying that it's true. So like we should take into consideration when we talk about age of consent.
I don't want 13-year-olds to have.
No one's
Yeah,
advocating
we
for
d-
that.
Yeah, we don't.
No, I'm not advocating for 13-year-old. I'm just saying, like, if we're really talking about fertility, that's something to.
And basically, our fertility, we are most fertile when we were. No, that's a good point, though. We are fertile when we were most born. By the time we are 13 and hit our puberty, women, once we go through our first menstrual cycle, we lose majority of our fertility
Your turn.
anyway. So it's not
Your turn. Her turn.
Oh man.
I don't believe that.
Reel that back in.
Go ahead.
So for the hypothetical situation where you wanted to protect your daughter from an older guy, would you even bother getting to know this? Like, if we're gonna, it's all hypothetical. And then if you made the same mistakes that you're trying to prevent, how would they learn how to make their own choices?
You don't have to.
Yeah. How would they learn? How would they learn to not make that mistake too if you're just preventing them from learning from their own mistakes? That's what she's trying to say.
I see your point.
No, like the way that it is I'm not gonna make an anecdote thing, but what if you got to know the guy? What if he was a good guy? What if I don't know, just what if?
Yeah,
But-
it's a bunch of what ifs, and I think it is all depending on the situation, how it's brought up to me and the family and stuff. But I'm just saying my initial reaction would obviously be a full stop, hell no. Now, would I say like I wouldn't want to hear them out or whatever? No, obviously I don't want to hear them out. That's my child. I don't want to do the opposite and shut them down to where they just run off with this older man.
Exactly.
I would never want to do that. But you guys are getting twisted. I've never had a bad experience with older man. I've dated an older man when I was younger, like I said, and it was actually great for me. So it's not that I'm trying to protect them. I don't want them to do this and third. It's just I want her to be aware that she is walking into a possible power dynamic issue. It would be the same thing if my 30-year-old daughter was going to marry some rich doctor or lawyer or whatever. I'll be like, make sure that you have your things in check, so just in case something goes bad, you're not going to get left in a stranded little studio apartment or something. It's the same. It's the same thing.
That's fair.
It's like to be a mother to and a boy or girl, it doesn't matter who is in that situation. Obviously, if they're 18, 19, they're gonna do whatever they want. But it's also like your job as a parent to advocate for the best of them and have their best interest at heart.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Here you go again.
Well,
Here. No. Stop. I'm changing the topic. Let me read this chat and then for the rating yourself 1 to 10 question. Do you guys?
All right. Yes, that's it for the video. This one drove me a little crazy. I don't know if y'all could tell. It was working on my last nerve. Holy shit. They just infantilize these women to where they're not even people. They're just this little full-grown baby. Just a full-grown baby that you have to treat as if it's an infant. That's why I make videos. That's why I make videos, because I'm disgusted with that. And Zionism. But mostly that. So I'm going to go take a headache pill and plan tomorrow's show. So I will see. Wait, let me see. Let me get out of here first. Hold on. This thing is, I'm learning OBS. This is so confusing. All right. So let me put this. So I will see y'all tomorrow. I want to get back to the covert feminist, and I got a line on a video that I'm going to try and get if I can find it. Or if you see something you want me to react to, put it in the comments or hit me up on X, Aries Van Dam on X, and I'll check it out. And if I end up using it on the show, I'll give you a shout out. I'll take a picture of your screen name, you suggesting it, and I'll put it up. So hit me up. And no more of the watch parties for whatever until Andrew comes back. It's just too fucking boring. So I will see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. And peace.